Hello, and welcome to another update video about Ether. We start on the Ethereum daily time frame. Just a reminder of where we stand. Ether had a bit of a breakout here above this horizontal resistance line, this breakout point, and is about to take out the end of August high as well, which is basically at 1750. So it hasn't done that yet. This would be the next key breakout point here to the upside. Could become quite a large inverse head and shoulders if it really wants to do it, and maybe it finds a bit of a setback there. So then we've got a left shoulder there, a head, and a right shoulder. That's of course just an observation, purely speculative at this stage. I'm not looking for that primarily. Okay, it's just an observation. The situation here is unchanged, so we're tracking still an overall bullish scenario. Assume currently that a lasting bear market low has been made in June 22. That hasn't changed for more than a year, that assumption. And therefore this daily time frame has been very, very stable and overall unchanged, with the exception of some details. But the setback areas and the overall assumption here is unchanged. So we've got a 1-2 setup here, and then either two more smaller 1-2s or one large 1-2. It doesn't really matter so much in terms of, let's say, practical application or let's say trading decisions, investing decisions, if it's a 1-2 or 2-1-2 setups there, or 3-1-2 setups. That's not so important. That is again purely you could say an academic discussion. What really matters is the relevant support area here. And as long as the price is not breaking below 1240, so 1240, an overall uptrend in a third wave should resume. Yeah, and the next main target that we've got is sort of between $3,000 and $4,000. Yeah, just a little bit higher actually. And just depends on, okay, do we have a 1-2, 1-2 or a large 1-2, then where exactly this will land, but we will be able to make that call along the way, and we'll be able to more precisely put those targets up here. Yeah, so this is still a moving target up there, but this is just giving you some orientation of where it might land. Obviously, here, this is still a bit of a range in which the price is moving. Hopefully, yesterday's small breakout is giving us a little bit more volatility this week, because it has been really, really boring. What we would like to see now to confirm that a lasting low has been established sorry, is obviously a 5-wave move to the upside from here, followed by a 3-wave pullback. So most bullish scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We call that a wave 1, A, B, C. This 5-wave move should get into the $1,900 region. The wave 2 pullback should provide an entry point for a third wave rally into that $3,000 region. This is the most bullish scenario. In a more bearish scenario, this B wave simply resets higher, and we are forming a flat structure, A wave in 3 waves, then a B wave that is overshooting to the downside in 3 waves, and the C wave would be a 5-wave move. So just by 5 waves up, you will not be able to recognize if this is actually long-term, or let's call it medium-term bullish or not, and if a bullish setup is going to arise from here. That will be determined in the first pullback. In a bearish scenario, we should just break through support and get back into the larger support area. This is basically just an extension of this wave 2. So, and in the bullish scenario, we should see 3 waves down. Now, someone might ask, okay, how do I know that it's bullish or not when we get into the support area, which we can only put onto the chart once we have 5 waves up? The thing is, you never really know in trading. It's not so much about knowing. It's about identifying where risk is and then make a bet on favorable reward to risk ratios. Yeah, you never know, but you can wait for a small impulsive reaction again out of this support area. It should just be a small, tiny 5-wave move up, and then you can maybe, you know, if you want more confirmation, you can do the entry. Then the thing is, you know, how much confirmation you actually need purely depends on you as a trader or investor. You know, I mentioned support areas, bullish support areas here in the last few days, and they did hold. So, you know, if you don't need any confirmation, if you're more a risk taker, you might have just gone long without that 5-wave up, 3-wave down move. Just because we are in an overall bullish scenario, you know, it's sort of manageable risk, and you know, you don't necessarily need to wait for all that confirmation. That's purely from an analysis point of view, where I'm saying, okay, we've got 5-wave up, 3-wave down. That's a dependable, reliable setup. There are less reliable setups along the way. You can look at a chart. There are hundreds of setups. You can trade anything. It's just what is right for you. And I would argue for most people, buying a pullback in an uptrend is the best thing to do. And until we have that reliable setup, gradual accumulation, as I explained, is a sound and reasonable strategy. So, and again, anybody who's been doing that gradual accumulation doesn't feel any FOMO now, and I think FOMO will get worse if we get to 5 waves up. Bear in mind, there's also, if this forms, there's a bit of a trend line here that might become relevant as well. I might leave that actually on the chart. Yeah, so that's around 1900, and that's exactly where that 5-wave move might actually land. So let's go to the smaller time frame. Situation there hasn't really changed, but let's just do an update here. Yeah, so this is the smaller time frame, basically just looking at these potential 5 waves up as they unfold. In yesterday's video, I already updated support. This is moving support. I will move that always with price. It tells us, how long can we expect this to continue, and when is it starting to break down? When does the price fall down the stairs? And in the last few days, that was at 1630, and explained to you the price can push higher in the wide wave count as long as we're holding above 1630. That level never broke. So now it's at 1659. Okay, so we just move up the support. So anybody who's looking for continuation, this is the impulsive, you could say the support for an impulse. Anything below that will probably cause this impulse to break down. Now that doesn't mean it will break down completely, but it will at least not be an impulse. So this is the bullish scenario, and again, it should take us to sort of into the $1,900 region. I would already pay attention to $1,800. There are some Fibonacci resistance levels, like here the 50% Fib level. There's also, I think, if I remember correctly, the 1.618 extension level of the A wave. Yep, 1807. So there is quite a bit of resistance there, and I think there is also a target for circle wave 3. That's a little lower, but it's at 1790. So there's a cluster of resistance. Maybe not for the entire move, but certainly we should be able to top there maybe in a wave 3. We'll see. But you need to understand we are now getting closer to resistance, but not there yet. And as long as 1659 is holding, it should push higher. Also take out these trend lines now. That was a breakout trend line. So. And from a bearish point of view, again, this could just be a B wave and then break down. I explained that just now to you, how that should work out. It can always break down earlier. The thing is to have a chance, or let's say to have a reliable long trade setup in the wide wave count, we need the 5 up. So that's what we would like to see if we want to get and continue with a bull run. Until then, this could just be a WXY correction now and break down early. That's always possible. Okay, but there are clear conditions that need to be fulfilled for a reliable 5-wave move up, which we're tracking here. Yeah, that's my update about Ether. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, follow us on Insta and Twitter. You can find the links in the description. And if you're interested in the membership, you can find the links in the description as well. As a member, you get access to a weekly live stream, short-term market updates, and signals as a gold member. So especially during volatile times, if you want to know the updated Elliott Wave count, updated supports, and so on, maybe targets, then check out our gold membership, especially for BTC and ETH, very useful. And as silver and gold member, you get access to Discord and Telegram, to the chat rooms and educational content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.